Hello and welcome to the ramblings of a 42-year-old man. I am Chris Smith, here for the 42-year-old man in question. I am creating this channel pretty much just to have fun, ramble, talk about things I like. I do have a lot of interests. I like movies and books and football and music and video games, and so just want a place where I can just take a few minutes and just talk about things I've been into recently, books I've read, movies I've watched, things I've just enjoyed doing and wanted a quick place to talk about them. So that's what this channel will be. Not very long videos, just a little bit of blurbs here and there, me talking and just having a good time. Be very low tech, although I have to give props out to my technical supervisor, David Smith, who's going to be creating my intro for me and helping me out with editing and all of the stuff that a 42-year-old man is probably not the best at, but a 12-year-old boy, pretty good. So we're gonna get a lot of help out there, but welcome, and here's episode 1 of the ramblings of a 42-year-old man. I'm going to start today with a book that I actually read, just finished reading recently. It was The Hunger by Alma Katsu. It was published in 2018. I actually listened to this on audiobook. I do listen to a lot of audiobooks. I have a job that involves a lot of data entry and a lot of downtime where I can just kind of listen as I'm typing things, and so I am able to listen to audiobooks and get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So The Hunger, Alma Katsu, was really, really good. It was a historical fiction kind of in the vein of The Terror by Dan Simmons. This one revolved around the Donner Party and their travels out west, and it's got possibly a supernatural bent to it, possibly some sort of weird happenings going on with the reason the Donner Party ended up running into the issues that they did. I'll say that it was a quick listen to. I actually finished it all in one work day. It was a nice breeze to listen through. A lot of interesting stuff. This is the second Alma Katsu book I have read or listened to. I read her The Deep a couple years ago. That one revolved around the Titanic and some supernatural possibly things that were going on with it. And so kind of the interesting little niche she's got going on there with those. We'll see. I'll definitely read future books from her and see if she kind of follows on the same route or she branches off into some other things. But it was, like I said, it was good. It was a quick listen. It's about half the length of The Terror. So while I love Dan Simmons' book, that one could take a little bit of time to get through. This one was much quicker and able to go through and just really enjoy that. Characters, great characters. A lot of interesting kind of, I wouldn't say it was the scariest, and I do like horror, so I'm a little desensitized probably when it comes to scares, but just very interesting characters and a very cool what if kind of deal. The already crazy story with the Donner Party as it is, but just some extra what ifs in there really kind of threw it for some fun. So again, that was The Hunger by Alma Katsu, published in 2018, and like I said, I enjoyed it on audiobook, but of course you can get it paperback, hardback, however you'd like to read it. Since this is my first episode, I think I'll probably talk about a couple things instead of just sticking with one. So I also want to talk about a game that I wrapped up. This episode is being recorded just after the new year. So Christmas was just a little bit ago. And one of the things that I had under the tree for myself was the Quarry, which is Supermassive's 2022 horror game, kind of a slasher vibe, very similar to a Friday the 13th kind of feel. It was kind of their follow-up to Until Dawn, which I loved. Until Dawn, released back in 2015. And that was kind of a slasher video game homage as well to just some really cool things with Larry Fessenden and Hayden Panettiere. It was a very, very cool cast in that. And I'll have to say, the Quarry, they took the cast and they ran with it. They have Ted Raimi in there. They have David Arquette, Lance Henriksen, Lynn Shay, Justice Smith, Brenda Song does a wonderful job. Ariel Winter's in there. And just a whole lot of fun. I finished my first playthrough a couple days ago. Unfortunately, I only managed to keep 2 of my characters alive. So this game, the way that it works is very much like a slasher movie. You've got, in this case, 9 characters. I think in this case they're all camp counselors, and they're kind of at a summer camp after the kids have left, and they're getting ready to leave themselves, but one of them does the stupid trick to mess up the car, so they have to stay another night to have some fun and party, and so they do. And of course, like any slasher movie, you go out there and you party, and things are going to happen in the woods. So a lot of stuff does go on, and depending on the actions throughout the game, all your characters can survive, all your characters can die. Any mix of them can live or die one way or the other. And as I said, I ended up with 2 people living by the end of it. And so I'm playing through again right now to try to see if I can do a little better. But it's fun. Every time you play through it, it can be a little bit different. You know, if you got a character that died early on, but they get to live the second time around, guess what? You got a lot more interactions with that character later in the game. They did a good job. I would say maybe one of the things with Until Dawn is you could kind of tell when a character could possibly die because the rest of the game, they just really didn't do much. And this one, they still had a pretty good amount of interactions, even with characters that could have died in previous chapters. So that was pretty good on them there. But again, the Quarry, I played it on PS5. I have a PS5, so that is how I got it for Christmas. That's how I plugged it in and played, and had a lot of fun with that. Again, I have my second playthrough going on right now, and hopefully be finishing that up soon. And we'll see if I can get more than 2 people to live. That would be the hope. So those are kind of the 2 things I want to talk about on my episode 1. So thank you for anybody who wanted to watch this and listen to the ramblings of a 42-year-old man. I expect that people will get a laugh out of this, and it certainly is fun for me, and that's why I'm doing it, just have a good time. I will leave this video with just some real quick thoughts. If anybody happened to be watching the NFL football game the other day between the Bills and the Bengals, we saw Damar Hamlin, who is a safety for the Bills, took a pretty hard tackle and fainted on the field, and we found out that he had cardiac arrest. He was taken out by ambulance. They had to do CPR. He's currently in the hospital in critical condition, so just prayers out for Damar Hamlin. We'll leave that out there, and just praying for him, praying for his family, and hopefully he is able to recover from those events. So again, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. I will be hopefully posting these more in the future. Real quick credit goes to David and Katie Smith, who helped me out with editing and creating the intro to this video. And I think as we go along, I'll probably be asking them to help me out with some other things. So that is my tech squad there. So thank you again. This is Chris, the 42-year-old man, signing off. Thank you.